Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kathleen, and in today's video we're going to be celebrating the beauty of mature women by trying out the Jones Road it's called the the Foundation, and we're going to be using the Jones Road Miracle Balm. So if that interests you, stay tuned. Okay, so like I said, today we're going to be trying out this Jones Road Foundation that I've been hearing so much about by the icon Bobbi Brown. So anyway, this was designed specifically for mature women with dry skin. So if you fit that criteria, I think this might be a good fit for you. I'm going to see how it plays well with other products. I don't know, when I went to go look at, was on the website and I was checking out the different products, I was like, you know, I don't need a lot of these things. And plus, if I do get them and I don't like them, then I'm stuck with them. So I just decided to try out the two of the highly rated products. So that was the the Foundation and then the Miracle Balm blush, just to see pretty much how they play with the rest of my makeup. Most people aren't in the market to buy a whole line of makeup and go out and spend $500 and not be like, and then unless they're completely thrilled with it. So to go out and spend all that money and not be able to use it is kind of sad. So anyway, let's get started with, I'm gonna get started with doing my eyes. I have no makeup on. I have just, I did my skincare this morning. I'm gonna go put my hair back with this lovely hairband, and I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna start with my eyes. And I'm gonna be using this MAC Paint Pot. I'm gonna be using it. Great eye base if you're looking for a primer to set your eye base and just to make the colors pop. I love it. It's a skin tone. Kind of put it all over your lid. I mean, feel free to use your finger if you like to use your fingers on it once you get it on to kind of spread it. It's very smoothing. Kind of smooths out any creases that you might have on your, any texture that you might have on your eyelids. Okay, and I'm gonna do pretty much like a neutral eye. I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna be taking this color, I'm gonna be using a MAC palette that I've had for a long time. I love the MAC eyeshadows. I'm gonna be going in and using this color, what is this color? Tete-a-tete. I'll leave everything in this description box below. And I'm just gonna go in and I'm gonna go across my whole crease line, my crease here, back and forth. I'm not doing anything too involved. Next, I'm gonna be taking this like shimmer that I'm gonna use across my lid, and it is All That Glitter, it's called. Now, with glitter on mature lids, you just really don't wanna bring it up here where you have texture, like all across here. But right here, you can put as much glitter as you feel comfortable wearing. It's not going to, you know, a lot of people think that they should not wear glitter as they get older. And that is true if you're thinking about putting glitter here. But if you just want to keep it down on your lid part, yeah, because if you put it on texture, it's just going to enhance that texture. This is such a pretty color. It's like a champagne, and I just kind of like the way it makes the eye pop. I mean, it might be a little intimidating when the name of it's called All That Glitter, but it's really not. It's and sometimes just to make the color pop, I'll go on and I'll spray it with this Fix Plus on the end of my brush and just go in there. That will make the color pop a little bit more if you're looking for a little bit more drama. And that's it. Okay, and next I'm gonna go in, I'm going to go across my waterline. I'm gonna be using the Too Faced Killer brown color. It's Total Contour 36-hour wear. It's a waterproof liner. And I'm gonna need my mirror for this. I go right across the lash line. So yeah, so I go right across the lash line, right in there. You know, and if you go a little bit above it, it's not that bad, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this pencil brush by MAC. It's the 2245. Oh no, that's the wrong one. This pencil brush here, the 210. And I'm gonna go, this is a very smudgeable liner. Now, on Bobbi Brown's website, on the Jones Road, I should say, website, I think she sold Bobbi Brown, Estee Lauder? Yeah, that we all have, you know what I mean? I have eyebrow pencils, I have eyeliners, I have, you know, new eyeshadows and whatnot. So if you don't need that stuff, to me, it's just like, okay, I don't need those basic colors. I have all those. I mean, if you're in the market for it, you know, feel free, go ahead and get some more. But I also wanted to see, how is this gonna play with, you know, my products? You know what I mean? I don't want something where I strictly have to use one line of something, unless that's all I'm gonna be shopping for and that's all I need. But for me, it wouldn't, I don't know, like it really has to be personalized to you. If that's something that you would like, just the whole line, and that's all you're ever gonna use, and it's your daily thing, then go ahead. Next, I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna be using this Zing Pro Brow Palette by Benefit. And I'm gonna be taking, you can use the brushes that come with it. They're good brushes, they're decent. I happen to like this MAC 208 brush. It has a very sharp angle, and it's very stiff, so that I can pretty accurate with it. And I'm gonna go in with this second from the top color down here, and I'm gonna outline my entire brows. Then I come in, I also like this thin brush because I can go in and I can make like very subtle hair-like strokes. That's one of the things, again, that I like about the pencil, because it just really, it really looks like hair when you're pulling it up with the pencil. All right, let's do the other one. That was the challenging one. This one's a little bit more forgiving. So, comment below, let me know if you've used the Jones Road product, what type of skin that you have, and what was your, what was your feedback on it? What did you have to say? How did you feel about it? Did you like it? Are you using it? Did you like the way it applied? I can tell you from the thing that held me back from buying it for the longest time was the fact that it's like a balm and you have to stick your finger in it. I guess I'm so afraid of contaminating products that freaked me out. Every time I saw that, I was like, oh, you can't do that, But I mean, if it's just you using it, that's fine, you know what I mean? You can't, but I'm so used to, for those of you that don't know, I have a bridal hair and makeup company. So, I mean, we have to worry about keeping everything sanitary, all the time. So that would be something that I would have to use a spatula and dig it out if somebody were to use it, which is, that's fine, which is probably how I'm gonna do things today. But I'm used to just pouring out or pumping out a foundation or putting it into a gun and spraying it on somebody's face, so I don't actually ever touch the product, which is nice. Okay, so that is my eyebrows done, and I'm gonna go and brush them out a little bit to soften them up. They're a little dark, but that's okay. All right, next I'm gonna take and clean up my under eye a little bit. Okay, next onto the big reveal. We're gonna start with, and I'm excited to use this. We're gonna start, I went on the website and I filled out the questionnaire they have about my skin tone, and they recommended that I use this light Claire. All right, it comes in this nice soft packaging, it has a Jones Road emblem on the front of it. Yeah, so let's see what it looks like. I know I heard some people, I tried to stay away from too many reviews, said that it was kind of, theirs was delivered in the summertime and it was kind of like oily on top, which makes sense. It would break up a little bit if it was hot out. So let's go in, and I'm gonna take the other end of my spatula. I'm gonna go in and I'm going to take a little bit out. That's a lot of it. Okay, and I'm gonna put it on my palette here. Actually, you know what? I can put it on top of my hand. And I'm gonna apply it with a brush. I think that putting it on with a sponge, it's just going to, this appears to look like a skincare type product. Like, it looks very heavy. And the fact that it says balm, like, I'm afraid it's just gonna get stuck into the sponge. So I'm gonna take a brush. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go around and I'm gonna dab it all over. I lied. I never know what I'm gonna do until I'm doing it, right? Okay, so the color match is, it's a little, I don't know, warm, I think. Try to see what it smells like. It smells like, doesn't smell like makeup. It smells more like a primer. That's what I'm saying. It feels nice on the skin. It looks nice on the texture on my hands. I heard some people reviewing it that were young girls who have oily skin. This is not made for young people with oily skin. It's made for people with dry skin. So if you have dry skin, it's for you. And I think it's made for mature women. You know what I mean? It's not made for a younger crowd. Okay. It's a buildable coverage, right? So it's marketed as a tint. Ooh, I like it. Let's see, how's it going in there? You can see it's very light. It is not heavy at all. It's very moisturizing, which I like that. Because I have mature dry skin. And I'm always looking for something to add hydration. So I would never use like a matte foundation on my skin because it gets too drying throughout the day. So even if I put a matte foundation when I first put it on, it may look good, but this is, you know what I mean? Like throughout the day, my skin does not produce any oil. Like it just gets drier looking and looks settling into all my wrinkles. All right, like let's see. It definitely is a balm, right? It definitely feels like a balm putting it on. And it's very sheer. It's very glowy, which I happen to like. Some people do not like dewy, glowy, anything on their skin. And I think it's people who have oily skin. Like they're totally against that. And I don't blame them. If I had oily skin, I would not want anything dewy on my skin either. All right, so that is one layer of the foundation. I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna put a little bit more just to see how it builds up and if it gets too heavy looking. So I'm putting the exact same amount on again, and I'm gonna go through and go over it. But I am curious to see how it's I'm gonna use like a setting powder on it, like a very light moisturizing setting powder, and just to see how it kind of holds up and see if it if it plays well with that or not. Okay, so I am putting a lot on, but all right, let's see. Now, I've always admired Bobbi Brown's aesthetic anyway. Like she's a very minimal, like even with her makeup, like it was always less is more type thing. So I always did appreciate that about her makeup lines and how she applied makeup. It wasn't overdone. And I think as we age, I don't know, like I just don't like a lot of makeup on as I'm putting on my second layer of foundation. But those of you who do, I'm just more of a natural type makeup wearer. Okay, so with the second layer, I liked it better with just one layer. The second layer, it starts to break up a little bit, almost like starts pilling a little bit. I don't think it's the skincare that I have on because I use that with so many things. So I don't know if it needs like a few minutes just to kind of set in. I'm gonna try to just tap over this a little bit with a sponge just to see what happens. So this is this is the first time I'm trying this out too. So we'll see how this plays. Like, yeah, so I don't like a sponge because that just kind of like it's doing what I thought it would do. It's just kind of breaking up into the sponge. All right, so that is with two. I built it up a little bit with the second layer. That's what it looks like on the skin. I don't know, can you see it? I like the fact that it has a shine to it. Like I really do. Like that does not bother me. That kind of just makes me, because I can't put on like glitter on my skin because it just sits in the texture. So I like something that's gonna make my skin look moisturized. So if you're a dry skin person, you would probably like this. All right, so next I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna try using this, it's the By Terry Hyaluronic Powder. I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna tap a little bit in there. I'm gonna take my powder brush and I'm gonna go in and top off the excess. And I just really wanna see, this is what I'm curious about, to see how it holds up with this. And what it does it take down some of the shine? Yeah, it does. It takes down some of that shine. And because this is by Terry, like she has a lot of products for mature women too. This is a moisturizing setting powder. I know it's very contradictory to a setting powder, but it does kind of, it has hyaluronic in it, so it has a lot of moisture in it, the powder. But I think there's still enough healthy glow. I don't know. What's your feedback? What do you think? What are you seeing? What are you liking? What are you disliking? You know? All right, next I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna contour a little bit. Again, I wanna see how everything is gonna hold up. I'm gonna be using this contour palette in medium. It's by the Anastasia. It is their cream contour palette. It's not a powder. Because my skin is oily, dry and not oily, I wouldn't use the powder one. So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna dab across here a little bit. I'm not gonna go crazy, but I do like to kind of add a little bit of depth around the perimeter of my face. Come down here. believe she does give proceeds to some foundations too from this brand, which is amazing. Let's see, how is that playing with that? Yeah, I think because it's cream, it's gonna go on there without any problem. And that's just a little bit, it's not much. All right, that's just a little bit of contour in there, kind of blended it in. It looks good with it. It's not like reacting to it. I thought maybe it was going to, like I would have to use the contour cream that she has, or the bronzer that she has, but it looks like it's holding up pretty well. I'll see how it lasts throughout the day. Okay, next we're gonna hop into and for reference, the By Terry hyaluronic powder is in, which one is this? It's a tinted hyaluronic powder. What? Oh, natural. It's the natural one. Okay. Let's go in and try out Happy Hour. That's the Balm blush. And this is, it's so funny. It's this color here. Miracle Balm Happy Hour. This part here, like, totally freaked me out. When I've seen it done like a million times, I'm gonna put some alcohol on. Clean my hands off, because you have to go in there with your finger and like poke into it. So, and I swear everything I've seen on that, when I saw that, I was like, ooh, that was like, so goes against everything that I was ever taught. So you go in and you're supposed to push your finger in like that to activate the pigment inside of the balm. So that's what we're doing here, guys. We're going in and activating the pigment. And then kind of blend it in. It is not heavily pigmented. I could probably go with a darker one. But if you remember, I just put a powder on too, and I have bronzer on there, and it's not really reacting to that, which is good. I'm gonna try a little bit on this side. See, I kind of like it though, because it's not overdone. I don't like anything, you know, I know I'm repeating myself, but I don't like anything that's too overdone. I have a brush hair on my face. So I could possibly go with a little bit darker, but you can see it gives me kind of a rosy glow. I don't know if it's showing up on camera or not, but I don't look like I'm dead, you know what I mean? Okay, I don't like the fact that I have to stick my fingers in it because I'll have to constantly be wiping it off. So anyway, guys, that is the Miracle Balm. Please let me know what you're thinking about any of this. Maybe it can help somebody else out. All right, let's see. It's looking a little wet. I'm gonna go in there with a little bit more powder. Okay, so I did put a little finishing powder on here. When it sets down, it does not feel tacky. I like the way moisturized skin feels though, like it's all really preference. You know, I like the way moisturized skin feels. I don't mind if it feels dewy. All right, the one thing I didn't do is I did not put on any concealer. So let's see what happens when we put some concealer in. See if it reacts with that at all. Reaction. Again, this is a super light concealer. You don't have to really worry about lips, right? That's nothing's really gonna react to that. So let me just do my lips and then we can take a look. I'm using the MAC lip pencil in Soar. And then I'm gonna go over it with this Sicily Lip Twist in number 1, which is, I love this. It's a very simple balm. If you're looking for like an everyday lip, it's a little bit more than like a chapstick, and it has a little bit of color to it. Is this Lip Twist by Sicily. All right, let's get a little mascara on. You know what, now let's go underneath and cut out the eyebrows real quick with this concealer. These are just like little added touches that you can do. if you have the time. So I'll be curious to see how this like plays out throughout the day, how it holds up. This Glow Wish concealer, I love it. It's super hydrating. It's very, very light, but there's a shimmer that comes off the cap and it gets all over my face. That's the only thing I hate about it. Like, why would they put this cheap cap on here? Other than that, like, I love the concealer. Ugh, it's frustrating. So if you're interested in purchasing it, just know that that's one of the drawbacks. Unless they fixed it, who knows. All right, let's put some mascara on. And for reference, this is the Telescopic Lift by, the Waterproof by L'Oreal. It gives a lot of lift. It is waterproof, so it is a little challenging to get off. You're gonna need a balm or an oil to get that off. I don't know if you do a double cleanse, it will break it down, but it does give lift, as you can see. I don't go crazy on my bottom lash because I just don't like the spidery type of look to it. All right, so that's just about everything. I'm not even gonna use a setting spray on it. I am gonna take my hair down, I'm gonna show you real quick. I'm due to have a touch up in another week. This is week 3, I usually go every 4 weeks. What I do in between, which is a lifesaver for me, is I use this Magic Root Cover Up. They have powders you can use, but to me, this is the easiest thing to do because it's just, you know, 1, 2, 3. Because all I really need to do is go right down the center of where my hair parts. I don't really need to go, you know, throughout the entire head. And I shake it up real well. And I'm gonna go in there and I just spray. And I kind of like the rooted look. I don't mind it. Especially if you make it darker and if your hair's thinning, it does make your hair look thicker. So everyone, thank you so much for watching. If you gained any value from this video, please consider subscribing, giving this video a thumbs up, and hitting that notification bell so that you can get notified when I upload a new video on every Tuesday and Saturday coming January 1st. Right now it's Tuesdays and Fridays, but January 1st, it's gonna be starting on Tuesdays and Saturdays. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Stay healthy, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.